Tuesday afternoon, and thanks for checking out your latest local forecast update. Michael Clark here with BAM Weather and Clarity. We want to talk about the latest thought process and the potential for some strong to severe storms tonight. Now, I want to reiterate, at least kind of drive home the fact that we do not believe that this is a necessarily widespread severe weather outbreak, but more so of a scattered potential outbreak of severe weather. And what I mean by that is there may be a couple of supercells that develop and produce severe weather along their path, but it may not be a very widespread event in terms of, a bunch of severe weather reports, if you will. I'm going to kind of talk about what I'm seeing right now. This is a look at visible satellite. It's about 2:20 p.m. Eastern here on Tuesday, February 27th. And I want you to direct your attention towards this boundary you see across portions of central Missouri and central Illinois along the I-70 corridor. We note two areas of instability developing down near Cape Girardeau and again up near north central Illinois. We see kind of the Cape increasing, the sun shines there, and there is a boundary here. So we believe across portions of western Illinois that will serve as a focal point for development here over the next couple of hours and allow a couple of what we call supercell thunderstorms to develop and ride east along that boundary through central Indiana. And then a secondary area of development will occur later tonight across south central Indiana. And I'm going to go with our favored model guidance here to kind of show you what that thought process is looking like right now. Okay, so as we get into 6 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Eastern, we'll pause it at 8 o'clock. This is kind of the thought process. We're seeing a couple of, again, those bright cells that you see, these individual potential supercells here across portions of central Illinois. Oops, I apologize, didn't mean to click on that there. And here across north central Indiana. A couple of the model runs here have indicated that potentially there is a supercell or two that can develop here along north central Indiana tonight. Maybe it's one cell, maybe it's two storm cells, really between the 6 to 10 p.m. time frame, potentially being tornadic and possibly featuring a risk for a strong tornado or two. Again, I want to reemphasize, I'm not talking about a major outbreak of several tornadoes. It may be one or two, at least potentially here. Regardless, the atmospheric profile is supportive for large hail, okay? Whether we see a tornado or not, I do think there can be a couple of big hail events here with these storm cells. Now, the models are waffling back and forth on if these can develop. Here's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock tonight. First threats out of north central Indiana. Second threat develops. Here's midnight, 1 a.m., 1 o'clock tonight. You can see we are looking at the potential for another cluster of storms along and south of I-70. These two also capable of producing tornadoes and large hail. Okay, this would be around probably, I would say, about 10 p.m. in the west here across central Illinois, 11 p.m. or so on the state line, and then again midnight to 1 a.m. as it moves across the south central portions of Indiana. Here again is 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and then it's finally out of here hopefully by about 4 o'clock pre-dawn tomorrow morning, but still some severe weather chances, at least lingering in the south central portion of Indiana. I'm sorry, I have no idea what that noise was. If you guys heard that, that was very strange. Here's a look, or the far southern third of Indiana for that severe weather. Here's a look at the the rainfall potential from this. Again, you can see the isolated nature. Under a heavier storm cell, perhaps you're looking at an inch of rain locally, maybe an inch and a half. If a couple of these cells kind of train over each other, maybe an inch and a half to 2 inches, very isolated. But if you don't get a storm cell to develop directly overhead, you're not going to see any rain. It may be a night where you see lightning in the distance or something, but no thunderstorms. Again, not a widespread outbreak of severe weather. Here's our map, the severe weather threat. Again, what we're talking about, 6 to 10 p.m., Champaign, Lafayette, Kokomo, Muncie, Fort Wayne, that area there for a storm cell or two to possibly be tornadic, and something we are concerned about. And then 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. from I-70 south, the secondary area of storm development to occur with, again, large hail and tornadoes being possible. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us in the chat function of Clarity. We will be happy to assist you as quickly as we can. We'll keep you posted. Have a great evening.